Good morning, Mike and Arlen, our Philippine journey. Thanks for joining. Thanks for dropping in. Subscribers, new folks, whatever. We really appreciate it. The legality of everything we've gone through and the ramifications of everything we've gone to up to this point bring us to a vitally important, informative position. It's important, all right? And we're going to tell you how you're going to get scammed or how you could get scammed and how you could get in trouble based on all of these laws that we've gone over. So let's talk about it.
I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance, no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough.
Okay, now all of the laws that we've gone through so far are in a playlist. And so you can, if you haven't seen the laws, if you haven't become familiar with the laws, you can certainly click onto the playlist and go through them. Quick disclaimers. Number one, we are not licensed attorneys. We are not unlicensed attorneys. We've never taken the bar. We're just not lawyers, period, end of story. Any questions that you should have, any doubt in your mind, anytime you fall into one of these categories, we suggest you find responsible, experienced legal representation to get advice from. Number two, look, we put a lot of time and effort into these things. And quite frankly, if you would like to support the effort that we've done, subscribe. That's the easiest way, is for you to subscribe and hit that thumbs up. That's all that we ask. And if if you find this boring as hell, well, then don't bother. That's fine too. We apologize. All right. So we talked about adultery. We talked about concubinage. We talked about marriage. We talked about dissolution. And we talked about what the legal ramifications of those things are. We talked about being alone with a minor and the different varying degrees of that. So let's take a look now at how to avoid all that shit and where the scam is. Now, when you meet a Filipina and you ask them, well, have you ever been married before? Are you separated? Okay. Let's say they say they've never been married before. Great. Or let's say they've been separated. Well, first, if they've never been married before, it's your word against her word in the future, unless you have it in writing. And even if you have it in writing, I didn't write that. I didn't sign that. You have to go to a notary and get that statement. I know it's just a pain in the ass, but you got to remember something. In the U.S., there are laws that protect you from getting scammed like this. In the UK, there are laws that protect you. In Australia, I don't really know. All right. Here in the Philippines, there are not. It is your word against her word. You, a foreign national, against a citizen. All right. You will lose that argument every single time. And we're going to tell you how that plays in just a few minutes. All right. Now, how do you protect yourself? Well, the way you protect yourself is you get what's called a Cenomar. It is a certificate of no marriage. And actually, it's a little bit of a misnomer because on the Cenomar, it's going to say you are either married, all right, or you are divorced, or it's going to give you when you get divorced, all right, or when your marriage gets annulled, it's noted that way. All right. It means that you can get married, but you have been married. So you will know. You will know when you get a Cenomar on your love whether she's been married and had her marriage annulled, or whether she still is married, or whether she has never been married. You're going to get that on the Cenomar. Now, where do you get the Cenomar? Well, you can get it from a lot of different places, to be honest with you. We use and we'll put the link below. We use a company that works with the Philippine Statistic Authority. Okay? There's a fee, there's a delivery fee, but you know what? We used it. They do Cenomars, but they also do other things like birth certificates. Okay? Maybe you want to check and see how old she really is. Now, we use them because we had to get Arlene's father a certified copy, correct copy of his birth certificate. We did it online and they delivered it right here to our condo. There's a fee in charge. I think the whole thing for a Cenomar, the whole thing would have been under $25. Okay, now let's keep going. Where's the scam come in? Well, there are a couple of different problems that interact here. Number one, remember this. It doesn't matter. You can get a legal document, an affidavit of separation. Okay? And the Philippines recognizes that, just like they recognize an affidavit of cohabitation. It's not a legally binding document, but they recognize it. When do people get a legal affidavit of cohabitation? Well, they get it when they are making sure that they have joint properties and with respect to the division in the future of those properties, if at all necessary. Legal separation means they're legally separated. Legally separated is not divorced. Okay? It just isn't. So she is still legally married. Now, the affidavit of legal separation, okay, that will help you a little bit in the future, but maybe not a whole lot, because here's where the scam rolls in. Okay, you're going to meet the love of your life and you're going to sell everything, move to the Philippines, and do whatever. Okay, if you're smart, you're going to live with her for a period of time before you start building houses and stuff like that. All right. During that period of time, you move her in with you. Guess what? That's concubinage. Okay? She's living with you. Her married partner, separated or not, can file charges on concubinage. And we've gotten emails and seen stories of this happening repeatedly. Where, not repeatedly, it's not super common. It's not as common as it used to be. All right. And where the ex says, hey, you know what? If you don't fork over a couple 100,000 pesos, I'm going to file charges of concubinage on you. Well, you'll say, well, she never told me. She said, she was single. Your word against her word. She could have said, well, he knew I was married. Okay? Because she's perhaps in on the scam as well. This has happened multiple times. It could happen to you as well. All of these things together. Just because you cohabitate, all right? I got into this with a subscriber of what is traditional, what's my moral obligation, etc. on supporting the kids, and can I be alone with them? The the law is just simple and clear. All right? I don't care what the barangay captain tells you. It doesn't matter what the church tells you. Legally, those are not your children. Okay? And unless you have legal documents that allow them to be with you, you are in violation of the Child Welfare and Safety Act. Okay? Not as if they're minors. Okay? So it doesn't matter. Now, we're going to do a live stream tomorrow. We invite all of you to join the live stream. We're going to do it at, let me see, I have to look. So, our live stream tomorrow will kick off 9 a.m. Philippine time, which would be 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. Or I think that's going to be 5 p.m., I think, this time of year. Might be 4. I can't, no, 4, 3, might be 6 p.m. It's 5 p.m. Eastern. All right. And we're going to take all the questions and answer them to the best of our ability and interact with everybody. Remember, our channel is here to engage you. We want to engage you. We want your thoughts. We want your opinions. I know we don't always agree, but that's part of life. So come to our live stream tomorrow so that you can learn more, see what other people think. What else do they have? Maybe they have some information we don't have. Okay? Either way, when you let a girl move in with you, make sure she is legal to move in with you. There's no law against cohabitation. There's nothing that stops you from cohabitating. There's nothing, it's not against the law as long as she can legally do it. All right? You put yourself at risk if she can't. That being said, thanks so much. We appreciate your time. Have a great day.